A triangle-shaped rice ball wrapped in plastic, sitting under a heat lamp next to a row of hot steamed buns. That is what an American misses on the first walk into a Japanese convenience store. Not because it is hidden, because nothing in American convenience store experience prepares you to look for it. This video walks through 4 specific things Americans consistently misread on that first visit and why each one works the way it does. Segment 1. The food case is not a snack rack. Walk into a 7-Eleven, Family Mart, or Lawson in Japan, and the first thing near the register is hot food. Not gas station hot dogs sitting under a sad orange light. Freshly steamed nikamon, pork buns, rotated throughout the day. Fried chicken pieces that are made in small batches. Onigiri in the refrigerated case right next to them, with a pull-tab wrapper designed so the seaweed stays crisp until the moment you open it. Americans walk past all of this because the brain says convenience store equals processed snacks and maybe a fountain drink. The food here is not a side offering. For millions of people in Japan, this is lunch. The stores operate closer to a fast casual counter than to anything near a gas station in the United States. The price point lands the comparison harder. A filled onigiri runs roughly $1 to $2. A hot pork bun is similar. A full bento box with rice, protein, and vegetables sits between $3 and $5 in most stores. Americans who stop and actually read the labels, or just point and pay, often walk out having eaten a complete, hot meal for less than a coffee back home. Segment 2. The ATM works when yours does not. Most Americans traveling in Japan carry a credit card and assume it covers everything. It does not. Many smaller restaurants, local shops, and some train station services still run on cash. The fix is standing right inside every konbini, the ATM. Japanese convenience store ATMs, particularly those run by Japan Post Bank and 7 Bank inside 7-Eleven locations, accept foreign cards with a reliability that Japanese bank ATMs often do not. The machines offer English-language menus. They process Visa, MasterCard, and many international cards without the card rejection issues travelers hit at standalone Japanese bank ATMs. Americans who know this use the konbini ATM as their primary cash source throughout the trip. Americans who do not know this spend an afternoon walking between bank branches trying to find one that accepts their card. The information gap between those two experiences is enormous, and the solution is the store you walked past to find the bank. Segment 3. The counter is a service desk, not just a register. The person behind the counter at a Japanese convenience store handles more transactions than most Americans realize. Package pickup and drop-off through services like Yamato Transport. Utility bill payment, electricity, gas, water, paid in cash at the register. Concert and event ticket printing from the in-store Loppy or Famaport terminal. Government document printing at the copy machine in the corner. Americans see a register and a board employee. What is actually there is a neighborhood service hub that handles logistics, payments, and paperwork that in the United States would require 3 separate stops: a shipping counter, a bank, and a government office. The store is not trying to be a convenience store in the American sense. It is infrastructure. Segment 4. The sit-down area is meant to be used. Most Japanese convenience stores have a small eating counter or a few seats near the window. Americans either do not notice it or feel awkward using it, because in the United States, sitting inside a convenience store to eat your food is not a normal behavior. Here it is designed in from the start. The store provides hot water dispensers for cup noodles, chopstick and spoon dispensers near the register, and a small counter specifically so that someone can eat a hot meal without leaving the building. Office workers do it. Students do it. Elderly shoppers do it. The seat is not a leftover space. It is part of the store's daily function. That is the gap Americans miss on the first visit. Not that the store has surprising items. It is that the store is doing a completely different job than what the word convenience store signals in American English. The food is real food. The ATM is the most reliable cash source in the country for foreign cards. The counter is a service desk. The seats are for sitting. Every video on this channel takes one Japan detail that Americans misread on arrival and shows exactly how it works and why. If that is useful to you, subscribing means you get the next one automatically. Here is the question worth sitting with. If the konbini ATM accepts foreign cards more reliably than Japanese bank ATMs, why does that happen? And what does it say about how Japan built its banking system around daily life rather than around banks? That one goes deeper than you might think.